lies will be exposed.
Hey everyone, this is Kit Cabello with Hard Lens Media. Look, this story is fresh out of the kitchen, and we got to talk about it because there's a lot of various parts that are going to be connecting to this. And so normally we start off the show with a lot of fun and humor for those who watch the live stream at 9 a.m. But we got to talk about this story now because if we don't, my God, and if you're involved in finance, hell, if you follow crypto out of curiosity, and if you are in crypto, look, seriously, folks, be careful with that investment, okay? It is like something that is like a landmine that is ready to implode. And the only ones that are going to be winning are those who have access to the inside game and cheat codes. But nonetheless, what am I talking about? Well, this has to deal with the Libra coin. The Libra coin was promoted by Javier Milei's administration. He is the president of Argentina, and there's a lot of varying factors around it. Yesterday's live stream show, we covered the fact that it lost billions of dollars and there was a big rug pull. We even showed a video of one person basically having a meltdown. Now, I don't wish ill on anyone, but there are some connections to this that even involves the Melania coin. And dare I say it, this could probably shake the whole foundations of crypto. And Coffeezilla actually interviewed one of the individuals who was behind the Libra coin. So just so you guys get an idea of Libra, just so you guys are aware of it, Hayden Davis, who is the person that was interviewed by Coffeezilla, is one of the four big creators of the Libra coin. Or the Libra cryptocurrency, along with Julian Fay, Marco Novelli, and Manuel Godoy. And of course, as I mentioned, on February 14th, Javier's administration, or President Javier Melania, endorsed it. Now, he interviewed him, Coffeezilla did. And I just got to say, not as a legal expert, not as a financial expert, there are some things that he should have just kept quiet. But in regards for the president of Argentina, there is going to be a potential fallout. Now, there's going to be a process, but Argentinian lawyers accuse President Melania of fraud over cryptocurrency promotion. So Argentinian lawyers filed fraud complaints against President Javier Milei in criminal court on Sunday for promoting a cryptocurrency on his social media, one of the lawyers told the Associated Press. On Friday, Melania posted it on X about Libra, a coin that he said was aimed at encouraging economic growth by funding small businesses and startups. He deleted the post a few hours later, of course, and say it with me, folks, what could possibly go wrong once you start deleting stuff? After the value of the cryptocurrency collapsed, causing millions of dollars in losses, millions of dollars to its brief investors, according to the financial site Dex Screener. Okay, the coin developed by Kip Protocol and Hayden Davis could be obtained by accessing the link that directed users to a website called Viva la Libertad Project.com, referring to the well-known phrase with which Melania closes speeches and messages on his social media. So, a beginning is a very delicate time. So, without further ado, since I'm in charge of these ones and twos, I think it's only fair that we do bring up this tweet. First of all, this is from Coffeezilla. Interviewed the guy who launched Libra for an hour. Got some incredible admissions that is coming out tonight, unedited. Now, there are some aspects of the full interview. And to everyone that is watching right now, please check out the original link to this video, or at least to the snippets of this interview, will be posted in the comments section as well as in the description box of this video when I clip it. So, without further ado, let's talk about things you should not be saying, especially because there's going to be a lot of red flags waving in the air. I want to give a huge shout out again to good friend of the show, Golden Monarch, who has posted and shared with me numerous articles about cryptocurrency. So if you are involved in it, please be careful. That's all I could say. So here's a few snippets of the interview.
The third option is inject all the money back into.
Now, wait, hold on. Let me actually pull up something a little bit different here. So let me just explain this. Coffeezilla responds, how much money do you guys have? Hayden, which then answers, more or less of $110 million. So let's go ahead and pull this up again.
The third option is inject all the money back into the chart. I did a calculation of how much money we have. And even with tons of sell pressure.
How much is it?
How much we could get it to?
No. How much money do y'all have sitting on the sidelines?
No. It's like like more or less 100 mil. I'm like right around there. And I guess there's fees too. So there's probably I don't know the number, but it's probably like 11 million or so in tokens and like 13 in fees. So let's say like 110-ish million, right, of cash, because tokens you can't inject back into a chart.
Now, Coffeezilla's expressions throughout this entire interview is more of, why are you saying this? What madness would possess you to say this? Now, the expression here for this 2-minute, 14-minute segment will be enough to even cause all of you to say, why would you say that?
Not the perspective. So I probably need to have a conversation with him, and I'm sure there'll be different terms that we talk about. As far as like people knowing about the token, I mean, like, look, I can't say that I or anybody that knew about that, or Manu or Mauricio, haven't told a singular soul. I can tell you very few people knew. The idea of insiders to me is always bullshit, because every meme coin I've ever known or invested in or been a part of, like, the people that benefit are the people that know, like, the people that benefit the most are the people that structure the deal, similar to any other business in the world. People that are closest normally make the most money or lose the most money, one of the two. So I think that's a bit of bullshit, and that's just like crypto people that are angry that they're like, there's an unfair advantage if you're a genius on chain and you know how to game the system on Meteora. And there's 30 guys in the world that know how to do that better than anybody. So it's like,
Yeah, but there's wait. There's unfair games, right? There's people who know everything about stocks. You can be Warren Buffett, but there's a difference between being Warren Buffett and being a guy with insider knowledge on like Pfizer Pharmaceutical and trading on your insider knowledge. So I think the frustration is people are frustrated that not that you're good at trading, but that you knew something, know what the public didn't know, and you traded on that information, which in the public markets, it would be illegal. It would be insider trading.
Right. But on meme coins, A, it's not. And B, that's what happens on every single deal. I mean, every KOL, every single one globally, that's how their main money gets made. They know about a deal, they agree to a deal, and then they make money on the deal. Like that, like if you're calling out that, you have to call out everything else.
Yeah, I mean,
that would be my point.
I think that is
literally.
I do think that's unbelievably shitty. I do think that's unbelievably bad, and for everyone, except for the insiders, which is what I always say about meme coins, is it disproportionately benefits insiders.
So I think too, like my honest opinion is like.
Now I want to stop here. We have seen on social media, and if you go on Twitch, Instagram, Kick, you'll find a influencer, especially one that has millions of followers, or either that became famous for 15 minutes for saying something stupid. You'll notice that sooner or later they're involved in the game of cryptocurrency. It's a way to milk their followers, and unfortunately, there's a lot of people who, especially in 2025, are still dumb enough to fall for the meme coin scam, or either that, fall for the meme coin trap. It's easy to fall for it because you see a face that you trust that has millions of followers. They can never do you wrong. This is what happens when you have the cult of personality and worship. And I get it on social media because Hardlands Media, everyone else, we're all trying to make our mark, say our words, say our statements. But the thing is, there is a danger when you have people reach the level of godhood to where automatically they're trying to find the next big thing, because all this stuff on social media, especially these influencers who are peddling this lifestyle, or it looks like they're living their best lives. No, it is a scam. And it is a trick. It's an illusion. It's all smoke and mirrors. I hear stories about how people get depressed by watching other people's stories on Instagram, by saying them drive a fancy car or live in a fancy mansion. Then they're talking about cryptocurrency as though they're an expert. That's how people get suckered in. And unfortunately, it says a lot about society and where a lot of our values are at. But this should serve as a warning. And you, my audience, hey, double check on your friends, families, neighbors. Because if you see them falling for this trap, it is just as big a danger as MLMs or anything of that nature. It's a get rich quick scheme. Controversial statement here. You have a better chance winning $1 from the lottery than ever hitting it big on crypto, because faces like this go directly to jail. Or either that, my God, why would you say that live on air in which millions upon millions of people could say this? Or either that, better yet, clip it, because this video, if this clip doesn't go viral, I don't know what does.
So, but if you launch the coin, isn't it unfair for you to snipe the coin?
So I would say no, and I would say that for a couple different reasons.
I hope you heard that. Now, my good friend, the show, Michael, who is right now drinking his coffee. If you heard it, Michael, give me a thumbs up, because I know you're having your morning coffee. You joined us on our November 5th coverage of the election. All right. No sound bites allowed. I was a guest on his show. He was also a guest on my show as well. But I hope you heard that, Michael. I hope you did. Rewinding it just for you, because you've talked about IPOs. Listen to that one more time, people.
So, but if you launch the coin, isn't it unfair for you to snipe the coin?
So I would say no, and I would say that for a couple different reasons. Number one, a lot of the times when, and again, this is like, I mean, again, it's a much larger conversation, which is what I told you in text. But most of the time when I have different money in different places, obviously. But from the standpoint of sniping, most of the time when we're sniping, we're attempting to avoid other snipers getting in, right? So whether that's, and by the way,
so you're sniping the coin to stop other people from doing what you're doing. So you're trying to do a rug pull, preventing another rug pull. This isn't good. Plus, you're holding on to that money right now. This is a huge danger, okay? This is radioactive. Honestly, I'm getting panic attacks in my stomach right now just hearing this, because I sat through this not once but twice and listened to the full interview. Even you'll be on edge, and you'll be looking out the window like, my God, are secret agents going to be coming after me to club me upside the head for money that is gone? One more time, uninterrupted. And yes, I will be raising the audio on this clip. I do apologize if it's low.
So, but if you launch the coin, isn't it unfair for you to snipe the coin?
So I would say no, and I would say that for a couple different reasons. Number one, a lot of the times when, and again, this is like, again, it's a much larger conversation, which is what I told you in text. But most of the time when I have different money in different places, obviously. But from the standpoint of sniping, most of the time when we're sniping, we're attempting to avoid other snipers getting in.
So I robbed the joint to stop another robber from robbing the joint. That makes sense in today's modern day society, doesn't it, folks? Hey, I'm stealing your car so no one else can steal the car. You can thank me later. No problem, Batman. But it gets better. Well, it gets worse. It gets worse before it gets better. Hang on.
Most amount of money was made.
Be educated. You kind of were like, hey, people should think about these things. What should they think about from your perspective? Like what is going on the inside?
Yeah. I think the best one to look at, like from because I know like both money was raised and the most amount of money was made was on Trump. I think that's the best example, just being honest. Because you know that, right? You know that people were able to buy in at 500 million.
Yeah. Like
Okay.
people snipe that coin too, you mean?
No. Like before it launched at some private dinner, that they gave people special access to buying it at 500
What?
million. Yeah.
See, I told you we were going to have fun this morning. Listen, I had to rewind this part. Even when in my second watching, I had to rewind that again. Because this involves a little bit, because again, this is the same people who are involved with a little bit with the Melania coin. What could go wrong? What could possibly go wrong?
That they gave people special access to buying it at 500
What?
million. Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't rewind it too far. Sorry, back.
100 million.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
Like
Okay,
people snipe that coin too. You mean?
No. Like before it launched at some private dinner, that they gave people special access to buying it at 500
What?
million. Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah.
Wait. What?
Yeah.
Who gave that? Who gave that?
But that was what I was told. But like there were people at some sort of crypto event in Washington D.C.
If that's I don't know if that's true, but if that's true, that's
I don't. That's what I
have
was told. That's what I was told, by the way.
Okay.
I'm not
So give
saying
me your
this is
point. So
not.
your point is with that though.
So-
Now, I also want to pull up something else here, where Hayden admits he was part of Melania's launch and did a sniper no sniping. Aren't you glad you tune in every Monday through Friday at 9 a.m.? Because you never know what's going to happen. 2025, you haven't disappointed.
No, this is a bit of a sensitive topic, but I have to ask because, this is part of what my story is about. A lot of people have linked you to the Melania launch, and that is a big question on everyone's mind, mine especially, which is, were you part of the Melania launch, and was that sniped as well?
I mean, look, I think that I told you like beforehand but before this started. I'm happy to share the truth, but you're asking a question that's it's just I'll answer, but it's factually going to put me into a lot of danger, which is fine. I'll answer. I was part of it. I think the team did want to snipe it because of how big the snipe was on Trump's, and we weren't we definitely weren't the big.
Breeze, coffee, just breathe. There's been a couple of memes, from this interview. And I just got to say, folks, it's not, I wouldn't call this confession. I would just say more, this is talking. I'm hesitant to say that it's bragging. But my God, if you know people that are talking about crypto or are addicted to it, sit them down, do a family sit down, get them help. I know it all sounds fun to be part of a get rich quick scheme, but the thing is, this is just like what any other snake oil salesman has done in time. All right. It sounds easy, and there's a lot of suckers out there. And when people get scammed, they're afraid to step forward because of the shame of it. Tell them that it's okay. Tell them that's okay to come forward, because this is only going to get worse before it gets better. And I understand that there's a lot of people that have been trying to replicate the hype and the success of Bitcoin. And Bitcoin is a whole other animal altogether. Okay. And it's easy to fall for that trap of, oh, look how big Bitcoin is getting. Look how advanced it is. Look how people are making money off it. You're being hypnotized by a shiny object. Don't fall for it. And this is how people ruin themselves, their livelihoods, their families, their savings, everything. Let me rewind this.
It's just, I'll answer, but it's factually going to put me into a lot of danger, which is fine. I'll answer. I was part of it. I think the team did want to snipe it because
Mastermind. Snitcher, no self-snitching. Say it with me, folks, in the comment section. In 3, 2, 1. It's Trey.
of how big the snipe was on Trump's, and we weren't the.
Let me rewind this again one more time.
Started. I'm happy to share the truth, but you're asking a question that's it's just, I'll answer, but it's factually going to put me into a lot of danger, which is fine. I'll answer. I was part of it. I think the team did want to snipe it because of how big the snipe was on Trump's. And we weren't we definitely weren't the big sniper. We were not that was what we were trying to avoid. And we didn't make any. There was no money made from the Melania team on any. We didn't take any liquidity out. Zero.
Okay.
It's all right. Breathe, buddy. That's all I wanted to say. Sometimes his faces that he makes throughout the entire video recording, it's like, dude, breathe. Stay focused. Focusing on your square, please.
Wow.
Also, I want to point out something else here as well, because again, why does this impact the president of Argentina? Because, folks, right here. Here's the whole thing. As well as Hayden being with the president, with Libra, okay? So Bubble Maps Manager put together a whole little map together. Again, I want everyone to be aware of this, because all of this being connected together, there's also a bigger thing to point out, and that is the future of meme coins and transparency. Because if people are going to be suckered in on this, you're going to be seeing more individuals having meltdowns on social media. And there's long-term consequences of how this can impact all of us globally, even if we are not involved in cryptocurrency. Because you have a lot of individuals of influence, that includes politicians, who might have the big brain idea of being involved in this kind of a nightmare. What an easier way for things to blow up in people's face. It's almost as though we didn't learn anything from 2008. Thanks, Obama, for not holding anyone accountable for that. We got to look forward, not backwards. But besides that, here's another snippet of the interview. Again, folks, please check it out in its full entirety. It's 1 hour, 11 minutes, and 9 seconds. This full video, when I clip this segment, will be in the description box as well as in the comment section. So check the description box. Also check the comment section as well so you can watch it. I encourage all of you to do so, because my God.
Utility. And would turn into like giant cross promotions and cool utility and partnerships and getting people like really, really socially like connected through finance. And I don't think that at the current moment, obviously, I don't even want to do this. And don't even know how I would. I mean, I've gotten very good at being a launch strategist. I mean, even today, as like how much hate there was, there's like 20 people that asked, "Hey, when do you want to do this one?" It's just like, it's crazy, but it's a game.
I hope you heard that. Hey, when do you want to do the next meme coin? It's all a game. And you, the average person, and to my audience, I know you guys are smart. And everyone, I really want to just give a huge shout again to good friend of the show, Golden Monarch. Because I got to tell you, the articles you sent me, all the information, do appreciate what you're posting on Discord too. It's enough for me to look at crypto and say, that's nice. It's like a wild grizzly bear. I'm glad it's behind that steel cage, because I don't want to touch it. I don't want to be near to it. And I am glad that there's a steel cage separating it from me. But regardless of the fact, because of all these high players, people in positions of power, that cage might fall down. And then we got a wild bear on the loose in the zoo. Everybody try and seek higher ground. It's all a game. Who do you think is going to win? The average guy? That's not how this works.
It's an unregulated game. I think David Sachs called me. Go ahead.
No. Oh, please go. David Sachs called what?
I mean, David Sachs called memes collectibles. I mean, our fucking president launched a meme coin 2 days before he came into office. That team, I don't know if Trump himself benefited, but that team benefited. I mean, go look at that. Do
you think that's a mistake? Do you think it's a mistake to basically let open the floodgates for this stuff, given that you basically said, look, this is all a bad idea I think most people?
Yeah, I mean, look, I think I have a very different perspective, than 3 days ago. What I think is that, I'm very pro getting everything away from regulated markets. But I'm now recognize, because I think that that's another game. I think that's an insider game, right? Whether if it's the Pelosi's of the world or the stock game, that's an insider game too. It's just a different type, and people have to be more careful. But capital markets are an insider game. The whole thing is like nobody's ever going to convince me that it's not rigged. Banks pay hundreds of millions of dollars a year and to do illegal shit because they can make more money other ways. Like I could keep going on with bullshit after bullshit after bullshit. I think if you're gonna die on the sword of meme coins being, insider this or sniping that, like you're full of shit, because there's every market in the world is like that makes a shitload of money. And
well, yeah,
every market is corrupt.
I just want to put a note in that if your argument for capital markets is, they are rigged, that's actually an argument for more regulation against rigging than it is for less. Like you wouldn't look at a rigged game and go, hey guys, let's take away all the rules we had in place anyway to try to stop it getting rigged, right?
Yeah, but then you have to trust. Then you have to trust the regulators, and most of them are being paid off, and that's been proven time and time forever. Because humans are flawed,
but once again, the conclusion to like seeing problems in the world is not like you realize like your brakes aren't working correctly. It's not to go like, hey, the brake manufacturers paid off, so let's just not have brakes at all. It's methodically approaching it and going, okay, we need to advocate for more regulation here. We need to advocate for more rules here. Saying like, oh yeah, it's all rigged isn't the dunk that people think it is on rules in general. Does that make sense?
Sure, but it doesn't matter. Like that to me is kind of a little bit of a mute point, because it's like it doesn't matter. The people that have the most money, the most access, and the most control, which is insiders, in any market in the world, always win. Always. They never lose. That's across the board.
I can't disagree with that.
So, to me, again, what would I tell people about meme coins? Meme coins are unregulated, volatile. There's insiders, there's sniping, there's crazy shit that goes on. And no one and people at the top actually care the most. Like some of the guys that I talk to, which I'm not going to name for obvious reasons.
Look, there's things that he said in this interview where, again, people in the legal profession would be screaming out the window, why? But nonetheless, I'll have you do that, because you, my audience, please check out the original video, because I'll have my comments for this. But this is the evidence of why we need to really, really look into the overall damage that the crypto meme coin currency market, what it can do to our society and what it can do to us in the long run. Because I fear that there is a ticking time bomb. And I've seen my fair share of documentaries, videos, articles talking about a potential cryptocurrency explosion, fall, downfall, and what it will mean for us. It could make every single recession that we've went through look like a walk in the park. Now, people's lives, financial hoods are in jeopardy here. And I understand that everyone wants to get on the next big thing, but there's a cost to it. And usually those people who are promoting it have the access codes. They have a seat at the table. We all want a better life for ourselves. I get it, myself included. We all want to build up something for ourselves. But there's never that guarantee, especially when you start wanting gambling with your life savings or anything else of value that you have in your possession. Because once gone, it is gone. The all-consuming maw will eat it.
But that are trying to figure this out are not bad dudes. They're all trying to figure this out. Most of them are trying very hard to figure out, okay, how do we make this sustainable? And nobody has gotten it right. Nobody.
Steak, yeah. Shout out to Legal Eagle, and there's another channel too, Legal Mindset, that I've been watching. Yes, I know. Sometimes that's my guilty pleasure to watch some of those channels. I gotta tell you, man, we live in a crazy world. But Steak, good choice in content. Very good choice.
And I'm sure colossal fuck ups like Libra will help create structure. But like, you know, I don't, my phone hasn't been called by any of those guys. All those people disappear when things get hard, which is why I'm just like, you know what, fuck this. I actually, I do have things to lose. I have a family and I have a lot, like I have a lot to lose, just in life in general, reputation, etc. I'm like, fuck this. I'll just fight this. Like, people said not to talk to you and that you're going to fuck me over. And I was like, dude, he's a Christian dude who's a rational person. Let's talk to him and see what happens. Like that's like the only choice I have is like fight this and face repercussions, or don't fight this and be called a scammer forever, which is just not the case.
I do agree that you just saying your piece, warts and all, is a lot better than everyone just speculates and your story gets told for you. I generally
100%.
think that's the case. I'm not gonna lie. I'm neither in the position of wanting to rehab anyone's image, and I'm also not I'm just looking to tell the story as it is. So when I air this, it's gonna be I'm just gonna air the whole thing minus the parts you told me like were off. But I'm not gonna clip it. I'm just gonna put it all out so that people can see your side of the story as it is. And I think you have been a lot more transparent than a lot of people in this situation who I think they are also scared. When you said people disappear, I think Javier Milei is scared for his reputation. I think, Julian from Kip is scared for his reputation.
Kip, not Kit. Big difference between the two. Big difference.
Partially because he was like turned into the boogeyman first. There's a lot of people here who are terrified, but I do think you getting your side of the story out and answering some of these questions is good. Now, I don't think what's been done here is good, but I think you being honest has been helpful. So I want to thank you for that.
Yeah. And I would say, like, I don't know if I have a closing thing or not, but I would say like a couple things. Like, number one, I just want to reiterate this, like, not only because I actually believe it, but needs to be said. Like, Javier knows jack shit about crypto. I think he knows I think he's brilliant, and I think he knows a few things about blockchain, but I don't think he realizes what he's done.
And we're going to stop there. Please, everyone, check out the original video. But now for my final thoughts. How many times have we heard Hardlands Media covered stories about politicians in Congress doing insider trading? Somehow, miraculously, and huge shout out to this X account, Unusual Whales, for constantly and consistently posting up articles and information, tweets and videos of what our fantastic lawmakers are doing on the inside. Unusual Whales has done detailed information calling out what Democrat and Republican congressmen and women, U.S. senators, are involved in, both Democrat and Republican. See, voters, we can all agree on something. Your politician is screwing you up the wazoo. But why am I bringing this up? Because very similar to the insider game that Congress is doing, they know the people at the top. Now, this whole thing involving cryptocurrency, as well as the Libra coin and the future of the president in Argentina, well, that's going to be there's going to be numerous questions, not one big question. There's going to be numerous questions about people involved. What's going to happen to the people who've lost their money? I already played the video of that one kid snapping and screaming about how he has to sell his Rolex now and yelling out loud and being upset at people. But it's a game. And cryptocurrency is a dangerous game to play with, and by some extent, and now it seems like not extent, let me correct myself. It's a small fry compared to what we're seeing with Libra, but Haktua, for example, very popular, influential person. She managed to get her 15 minutes of fame, get a strong podcast, millions of followers. You could have rode off into the sunset. But like with all things on social media, eventually hype dies down, the enthusiasm disappears, and then, how do you get back on top again? How do you become the center of attention? Meme coins, cryptocurrency seems to be the big thing, and everyone is very quick to rush and trust people. I know that the president of Argentina has a huge following. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people who support him. They're really happy with him, especially how he was chainsawing through the government of Argentina. But see, the thing is, what you see on social media and what's in real life are two different things altogether. Beware of the danger and hype of cryptocurrency. Beware of it, because the fallout from this could impact all of us in the long run. It's not a matter of if the whole cryptocurrency system explodes in on itself. It's a matter of when. The clock is ticking, and that bomb is going to explode. Keep your heads on a swivel here, folks, because we could potentially see a president get impeached. I mean, hey, let's have democracy in the chat. Which impeachment did you find more interesting? The impeachment of the South Korean president or this potential impeachment of the president of Argentina? Type 1 for don't cry for me, Argentina. Type 2, you got soul in South Korea. What are your thoughts?